Hello and congratulations on your recent purchase of the new MG ZS exclusive manual. In this video, I will talk you through some of the features of your brand new car and try to proactively answer a few questions you may have upon taking delivery of your new vehicle. First things first, let's see how we can open the boot. Simply put your hands on the top hand side of the MG logo and press in and then upwards. And here we have the boot. There is a little additional space if you take this upwards. There we go. And in order to close it, there is a little handle here on the top. Simply push downwards. Getting into the car. By the way, you have here the blind spot. I'm not sure if the camera is picking it up, but you have the blind spot monitoring, which essentially lights up every time there is somebody in your blind spot, either on the right hand side or the left hand side. Opening the car, on the driver's door we have the electronically adjustable windows, and also we have the central locking, so you can click here to lock the car, click here to unlock the car. Moving on to the driver's seat, in order to adjust it, we come down here and everything is electronically adjustable. So in order to move the seat forward, simply press this lever onto the right hand side. To push it backwards, you do the opposite, press it to the left hand side. For the seat to go up, put your hands below the lever and press upwards, and the same applies for it to go downwards. For this part of the seat to go down or up, simply press it to the left hand side. If you want the seat to go lower, and simply press it on the right hand side for the seat to come higher. Behind the steering wheel, underneath, we have the petrol tank. So simply press this lever towards you. To open the bonnet, press this lever towards you. In order to adjust the windows, find this lever here, and to adjust the right hand side window, simply push it to the right hand side, and then you can go upwards, left, down and right. And same applies for the left. Press it, put it onto the L, and then left, down, right and upwards. When you're done, just put it back to zero. Getting into the vehicle, in order to adjust the overall steering wheel, behind the wheel on the left hand side, we have this little lever down here. Press it down and then adjust the steering wheel as you see fit, in order to have the perfect driving position for you, and then put that lever backwards. To start the car up, you need to have the keys. Simply put it, the entrance is behind the steering wheel on the right hand side. Put it in and then switch the car on. The car comes to life. And on the steering wheel buttons on the right hand side, all of these buttons are used to navigate yourself through the driver's dashboard. And then you have your voice commands here, along with this asterisk button, which you can specifically select any type of activity to be performed through the settings with this asterisk button. On the left hand side, we have all the buttons you need in order to use the main multifunction touch screen. We can increase the volume, decrease the volume, go to the next song or radio station, previous song or radio station, mute the radio, answer or close calls, and then SRC, which essentially allows you to go in between DAB, AM and FM. In order to use your windscreen wipers, behind the steering wheel on the right hand side, we have this lever here. Press it upwards once to start, and then the higher you press it up, the higher the intensity. In order to indicate that you're gonna turn left, behind the steering wheel on the left hand side, we have this lever here. Press it downwards, and in order to show that you're gonna turn to the right, press it upwards. There is also behind the steering wheel on the left hand side, we have the cruise control button or lever. Essentially, you can set the speed by pressing the set button here, and then increase the speed by pressing it upwards or downwards to decrease it. Moving on into the middle section, we have a traditional handbrake. and then the 5-speed manual gearbox. So press the clutch and then to the left and upwards for first, left and downwards for second, then into the middle upwards for third, in the middle downwards for fourth, and then for fifth, to the right and upwards. In order to select the reverse, excuse me, is to the right and downwards. And as you will see, we'll get the rear view mirror camera, excuse me, which now currently we're in 2D, and as you can see here, you can select in between different camera angles, but also you can put it into 3D mode, which again you can select various angles from here, which is very nice to have, especially in tight spaces. Moving on, here we have our auto start stop button. We have the 360 button, which when you press again, the 360 camera comes in. We have the traction control and also the hill control assist. Down here we have 2 USB ports and a 12 voltage socket. Moving on into the main navigation screen. On the left hand side we have our radio, which when you click on it, you have a selection of DAB, FM and AM, which you can change again, as we mentioned, from the SRC button. And when you click into audio, you can select specifically the settings for your audio that suits your needs. On the right hand side we have the air conditioning, which is where you can select essentially your air conditioning. Scroll to the right hand side to increase the intensity, to the left to decrease intensity, and then this button here, scroll it to the right to increase temperature, scroll it to the left to decrease temperature. In addition, here's where we can find our heated seats on the top right and left hand side. Simply press in order to start them up. In order to close completely the air conditioning, simply press here. You can also perform these activities via the shortcuts down here. So in order to start it or stop it, just press this button here. And then in order to increase intensity, you press upwards. To decrease it, goes downwards, and to increase temperature, upwards and downwards to decrease. From anywhere you are in the main screen, you can always click on the home button here. It will take you back to the main page. Here we can see the Apple CarPlay view and also Android Auto. Let me show you how you can connect. Go into setup and then find on the left hand side the Bluetooth button and then turn it on. And then you will be able to pair your car with Apple, with your phone essentially, and essentially have your phone screen onto the main screen. Now let's talk about navigation. In the middle, just click on navigation. In order to find your route, simply press on the right bottom hand side this button here and select new route. Select a new address, and then you can put the town or postcode. I'm just going to put exactly where we are now here at Lascombe's, and then select go to town, and then select as destination is calculating the route, and then start navigation, and you should be on your way to wherever you want to go. Also we have this car function here, which when you press in, you can see all the driving assists you you have. Then we have the comfort and convenience, driving and maintenance, which you can select the type of steering wheel input you want to have on the car depending on how you drive or where you are at this point in time. And these are the main features of the brand new MG ZS. I hope you found this video useful and informative. If you have any more questions on how to operate any functions on your car, please call us here at Lascombe's, as we're always happy to help. Thank you.